We are here. Thank you for spending your time in exile. Got all the grooves to make the booty move, and that's exactly what we're doing tonight. I'm here to listen. I'm here to talk. We're going to have conversation, and I'm here to dance. We're doing a panel dance tonight. If we could pull it off, I'm going to rely on the AI to help and maybe some of your own creations. So what's up, people? Let's get it started. I'll throw the link and we'll get the beats pumping. The conversation pumping first. I come here to talk and connect and listen. 7 levels of it, in fact. Why do I have 2? Oh. There you go. Welcome, welcome. All right, well, what's going on in your world? The link is pinned. This is so in the evening, I do a kind of community campfire stream where we come together, talk. There's usually a topic. The topic lately has been kind of humility, learning to know when to put aside that ego, how to survive on YouTube using those tools. You can't be too rigid here. You have to bring a willingness to bend. This place moves fast. It moves really fast. YouTube, not necessarily this channel. This channel goes way slower than YouTube, I think. But you're welcome to come up and talk about anything you want. This is the time for sharing stories, getting to know each other, talking about your day, maybe what happened today, looking forward to what's happening tomorrow, that kind of thing. In fact, let me maybe get a story topic or prompt. All right, I'm going to generate a few prompts here. Wow, some of these are good. It gave me a bunch of them. I'm trying to find one that's kind of relevant to what we've been talking about. Here's some good ones. Flow and control. What helps you to drop the need to control and just be in the flow? I tried to talk about that today, actually. What helps me do it is a conscious decision to do it, is recognizing when I'm trying to control. Because you think control is obvious. You think you know when you're trying to control an outcome or impose your will on a situation. But I don't always realize how controlling I'm being at any time. It catches me by surprise sometimes. And usually it's when there's a clash between what I'm trying to control and what's actually happening. And it's often signaled by very unpleasant emotional reactions: anger, frustration, confusion. And so when I recognize that, sometimes I can look at the situation, I can kind of step back, do that zoom out, and look at the situation and make a conscious decision. Okay, I can't, I'm pushing too hard here. It's like when your tire's stuck in the mud and you just keep spinning, 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 spinning. It's kind of that awareness that if I keep doing this thing, it's not going to do what I'm trying to do. And it might even do things that make what I'm trying to do even harder. So let me stop. Let me just at least stop pumping the gas and figure out another way. And usually that other way is to just decide to be in the flow. How do you sense the flow? That's kind of what else we talked about today. I don't know how to tell you. It's an inner sense, and I don't always pick up on it myself. I'm usually late to the party, except tonight's party. I'm the first one here. Um, I think it's after you fight a little bit and you realize that that's not going to work. I think you're more open to the flow at that point because you're looking for some other route to your goal. So maybe the flow comes when you're ready for it. I don't know. Often it happens with two people. It's you and another person that are kind of both just letting go and being in the flow. So maybe that's what helps is having that other person on the end to do it. Because there's not really a lot of flow by myself. I mean, there's this internal creative flow, but I go with that all day long. I'm used to that flow. That's not the one I'm talking about. It's the flow when there's other people around. Who's gonna drive the bus and what direction? The answer is nobody. For very long, somebody can temporarily drive. So I think it's those moments. You have to go through the emotional turmoil first. You have to get to that little point where you're like, okay, not working. Then you have to be open to sensing that flow, finding that current. And then you and the other person have to just release into it. Or you have to release, and maybe the other person will follow your lead. But some little moment of give has to happen. And it's like a conscious, okay, I'm going to just let go. Wow. These are good questions. Here's another good one that's relevant. Oh, and we got another one from Frank. And it's not a cow or a chicken. It's a new one. It's called Jitterbug Juice. It has a hot, sexy daddy. But I have no idea what it's about. All right, I'll throw out this next question and then maybe we'll watch the Frank video. How do you tell the difference between discipline and self-domination? Or just domination? When are you being disciplined in a good way to build up a habit and routine to help you achieve or maintain some goal? When are you bringing structure and order to a community, to chaos? And when are you dominating? Where's that line? When are you trying to dominate yourself instead of build like a sustainable routine? And when are you trying to dominate others? Perhaps under the illusion of bringing structure and order and chaos. Because if I was a control freak, those are the kind of roles I would look for. Oh, y'all need me to organize chaos? Yeah, I could do that. Y'all need me to structure things, organize people? Yeah, I could do that. Those are the perfect roles for the shadow to like creep in on and start trying to control. And the weird thing about me especially is I really don't like being in control that much. I love it when other people can take the lead and create an event or an experience or take over for a while or host or run a game of their own or something. I love being a passenger. I love Dungeons and Dragons growing up. I was always the DM. I almost never got to be a player because I was really good at DMing, and everybody would come to me for that skill. And so I always ended up in that role. And rarely could I find someone that could DM me as a player. That's Dungeon Master. That's the one that kind of runs the game and tells the story. So I was always in that one role, and I always wanted to be in the player role where somebody else runs the game, but I just the skill set wasn't around that could match mine. And so it's that feel like I don't necessarily need to be the dungeon master all the time. And some of it's arrogance and ego and vanity. It's that thinking that you know better than other people, even about their own self, their own life. And there's no way I could know that. But the control part of me doesn't care. It thinks it knows enough to at least control. Like the panel dance tonight. Those kind of things, these panel dances or just dances in general, parties, house parties, that is very much a situation, Mardi Gras, where you can't control, you have to go, you have to set it up, and then the night's going to do what it does. The music's going to do what it does. The vibe, the groove on the dance floor, it's you have to just figure out the moment and find a way to be in it. That's where you're going to get your most power out of it. So maybe tonight with the dance we could experiment with being in the flow. In fact, that's a good title for this episode. All right, let us check out this hot, sexy little sexy time guy that Frank just created. Probably this is the Grove. It's a Satyrs Grove. So they probably have satyrs at the Bohemian place too. Or they probably do a lot of brown chicken, brown cow. All right. Look at this. Yo. Frank. Every time.
Hey, Mr. Bartender Man, I got a thirst only jazz understands.
I got a thirst only jazz.
Mix me a potion of crazy brew.
I got a thirst only rock.
Something wild and maybe blue.
Like OTW with that guitar.
I need a lift, a musical gift. Jitterbug juice.
Damn.
Get me loose. Jitterbug
Put so
juice.
much
No
power
excuse.
in. It's just little violins in the back, just little strings in the background. But
The
man,
sax
there's
is
power.
wailing, the piano's hot.
That's all that aggression he's
My
trying to
feet
get out.
are moving, but I like it or not. The bass is slapping a steady beat.
Bass is slapping.
This
I love
time,
this.
Jump and
This
jump
is
out of your seat.
Thank you, Frank.
Is it the
great
music
way to
or
start
is
the
it the
night.
drink making me laugh? And what do you think? Could it be love? Maybe it's true. Or just this crazy jitterbug juice?
Would you
Jitterbug
date
juice.
a guy like that in real life?
Get me
I mean, one
loose.
that actually looked like he was generated by that.
Jitterbug juice.
I'm trying to figure out where our lines
No
are as far as
excuse.
human AI. I have a drink with. I don't know if we're gonna kick it. Oh, I love music.
Jitterbug juice. Get me loose.
See,
Jitterbug juice.
all of Frank's songs are like this. They have you thinking it's gonna be a mellow little lounge song or a mellow little folk song or some kind of little cultural song. And it's just these crescendos of power, drumming and strings and saxophones. There's so much packed into them. Good job, Frank. Thank you. So my plan for the dance, which I'm still going to hold out for some conversation first. I think it's important to keep that community space going. Was to just kind of use the AI and generate stuff on the fly. So it might be. Ideally, I'd like to have just a loop. In fact, Moose has his radio going. I wonder if we can use some of those. It was just music. Yeah. Y'all, listen to this. I think we can. And then I can do that. Can you hear it? The music is playing? That's danceable. Well, maybe we can use Moose Radio. Panel dance, courtesy of Moose Radio. I think it could work. All right, we will keep that as the option. And then I have a little bit of AI music I could pop in. Yeah, I remember the Cherry Papa Daddies. Where were they from? Were they from Vegas? Let me look them up. Oh, Oregon. Who knew? Wow, Eugene, Oregon. By the way, it's game night here at the house tonight, and my roommate and all his drunk gamer geek friends hang out and get plastered. So it sounds like a frat house in the background. That's why. But all adds to the spirit of the night. Yeah. Yeah, the old people used to cut it up. Like growing up, the old people were the ones that had the most energy. Like they set the standard for activity. They could wear anybody out. They could wear the kids out. They could wear the adults out. And we did a lot of dancing, Cajun dancing. And those old people would tear it up. And I remember they had this one Italian restaurant in the city we moved to later. It was like a local Italian place. All the old Italian families would go there. And they had this room in the back where you could dance. And they had this pile of sand in the floor in the corner. And the old people would get up on the dance floor. They'd be in like ball gowns, and nice clothes, and they'd go in this corner and they'd scratch in the sand. It'd be like old ladies, like chickens, just scratching in the sand in the corner. And then they'd get out on the floor and they'd dance. So the sand did something to their footing to help them dance better. It was just so funny to watch all these old people scratch around in the sand and then dance. When I was in Vegas, some of the people I hiked with were in this swing club. There's this swing dancing group in Vegas, and so they were always listening to swing music and doing Lindy Hops and swing dances and stuff like that. It was fun. I haven't. That's the only place I've seen it. It was Italian people. I don't know why they were doing it. It was so normal. You know, these were elegant people. This was like the not really the upper crust, but upper middle class, I'm sure. Like a husband taking his wife of 50 years out for a nice Italian dinner and a dance. That kind of place. We could have a flapper party one night. Oh my God. And we could generate AI 20s music. We could costume as people from that era. Moose could even co-host it, or it could be like a live Moose Lounge. And he could be the MC. We could all be flappers 20s people, and we could dance to 20s music. Oh my God. Here, let's get an AI song right now. Um, Let me see if it can understand. We'll do one with lyrics and one without lyrics. A 1920s era flapper number, jazzy, danceable, upbeat. Let's see what it gives me. And then we'll do the instrumental version. Charleston time. I knew it was going to do Charleston. And then I'll do instrumental. In one of the musicals I was in high school, we had to learn the Charleston. We had to do it as part of our little choreography. Or something like it. All right, let's get a taste of Charleston time. We have 4 options. Did I say upbeat?
Put on your pearls, twirl.
See, this is how easy it is to
It's
throw together
Charleston time.
an AI
A
dance
dime,
party from any
A
era
dime, ooh yeah, for
or any
dancing
style.
feet. Don't be late.
Jeff can do
It's
it. That's the bar right there.
Charleston time.
Jeff can do
It's
it.
time.
Any one of you sitting behind this screen.
Charleston, Charleston,
Have this
all night
experience
long.
yourself.
Charleston, Charleston, sing a song. Charleston, Charleston, all night long. Ooh yeah.
Oh, the AI knows us. Y'all, it knows us. It used to take artists, human artists, to evoke this kind of sensation. Now we have
Shake off
computers
your
taking us there.
blues, new shoes,
All right, let's check out
new
this song.
shoes. It's Charleston time. So put on your pearls.
Similar. Let's try this one. Ooh, I like this one. Here. Oh man, those I'm telling you, we should flappercise in the morning. Forget jazzercise. I'm already worn out. I was waiting hands, legs, torso, every part of your body in that dance. I'm trying to, remember how they dance in New Orleans on the street? It reminds me of the Scott Jones. All right, let's check that out. Very much similar, but still I like. So anyway, that's what we're in for. That's what we could do all night. Ooh, this one has a beat on to it. It's not a little disco. I think there's some genre mixing here. Oh, I get it. Like tacos. My great grandfather, well, he made it out in the woods. If y'all are not sitting in your chair, listening to scream, dancing and bopping around, you do not know what you're doing. I don't even know what Whew. We're taking requests, folks. All I need is your next genre. You get to create the song. You write the songs. We also have Moose Radio as a backup. So. And we will stop all of this tomfoolery and horseplay for conversation if you want to come up and talk about anything important. The dance is just for fun. It also reminds me of the Jungle Book, some of the songs for the Jungle Book soundtrack. I used to love, that was my favorite Disney soundtrack growing up. Probably still is. I'm the king of the swingers of the jungle. I'm way off the page. Shut up. It will. It can't. I have disco. I already got you covered, baby. Boogie shoes. I need a John Travolta shirt. And a better camera that doesn't make me look so distorted. And a not headset thing. In fact, I don't really need the headset to dance. I need it to talk. You know me so well. And hey, the idea is other people can come up and also dance. So it's like a bunch of people dancing. That's what a panel dance truly is. When there's more than one of fools like this. Oh my God! I hope we get people now. Right, how would we do it? Somebody would be on the screen next to me. Oh Lord, I might not be coordinated enough to be waiting. Yeah, okay, I know what I need to do. There's a website where I can type in these names and it gives me the style to put it to the AI. I just gotta figure out where it is. Alright, let me work on that for a second. Also, we are still doing Yes, we used to do that at the bar. That was very popular. It was too advanced for me, but I did learn the freeze. I can do the freeze. That's the one-line dance that I know, or used to know. Ronnie Millsap. All right, I'm trying to. What am I doing? I'm trying to remember who sent it to me. You know, I might just be better off trying to Google for it. complete list of prompts and styles for Suno AI. I think this is it. Yeah. And here, I'll drop it in the chat for anyone else. This might help you with your AI music, people. Oh, wow. People are selling prompts now. So instead of the music, you can buy a prompt pack for like $12.99. You get 700 prompts. And you just plug the prompts in, and that's the music. But it's about the price of a CD or a cassette tape. All right, let's see. What are you asking for here? The Shaman, Chemical Brothers, Crystal Method, Fatboy Slim. That would be. It's finding the genre. They do it by artist. Maybe they will have Chemical Brothers. Let's see. No. Oh my God, Daisy May. Thank you so much. That'll definitely get the dance going. Fatboy Slim, Crystal Method. Portishead, is that close? Oh, Trip Hop. And the other thing you can do here, I'll do that. I'll go to Wikipedia, do Chemical Brothers. Why don't I do this on screen? And you go here, and it tells you the genres. And then you can come over here and type it into your little AI machine. Put the punctuation in. So I'll do that, and I will do this little. I'll copy this one from Portishead. And Massive Attack. Why don't I throw that one in as well? Go grab Massive Attack. Pop it in. So it's really just trip hop. All right, let's see what we get. Instrumental. Let's do instrumental. Lost Signal. As long as it's not Lost Beat, that's all we need. All right, this is courtesy of Helena's suggestion. Oh my God! I wish we could play it. I grew up on that song. I remember when it came out. The Phony Macaroni. And we could have like light show. I used to have a bunch of light stuff. I don't have it out. You could have light shows, like little rave toys to dance with. You could take a panel dance as creative as you can imagine. I like this. I'm not really getting Chemical Brothers from it, but I like it a lot. If I did go to a club, this is the kind of stuff I want to dance to. wasn't expecting. This is wild. This is the machine, y'all. Thinking this is what humans want to hear. I love like make your own panel dance. Who needs humans? Is that it? Oh, and they have another version because they always give you two versions when you create. So let's hear this other lost song. That's about the only thing I play is air. Although I did do a little bit of drumming circle. Well, I don't know. Alright, this is going to be our intro. Whew. Did I mention it's good exercise? Or exercise. It's exercise. A lot of it. Whew. All right, so what else is up? That's an example of what could happen tonight if we get some people. Or if I decide I want to burn myself out the rest of the night. So yeah, that's how all this is happening. Frank, there's other people do it way more granularly than I do. Frank will go in and put specific instruments, and in this part of the song, do this. You can give it very specific directions, and you can structure the song. Here's what I want for the opening. Here's the middle part, the bridge, all that. I just describe the song and let the AI do it. But there's way more craftsmanship and artistry you can put into this. Oh, well, thank you, Sophia. They used to tell me that growing up, or tell my mom that. They'd say, your son has the prettiest blue eyes, but they're always so sad. They probably were at the time. But they're not tonight. Who could turn this into sorrow? Nobody. We do pure joy here. And there's always Moose Radio. So we're covered. I think what I'm going to do now is just kind of wait for the party to show up. I'm going to get a refill. So let me entertain you with something. And let's see, Moose doesn't have anything up. He's working on the radio tonight. Come on, see, I'm clamoring for more cow and chicken. This is ridiculous. I feel entitled to more cow. How could there not be more cow and chicken? Frank, get to work. He did tell me this coo and cluck, Clash of the Clans. So it must be Scottish. Probably bagpipes. I'm sorry to do this to y'all. But let's check it out. Oh, I'm nervous.
Around your laddies and lasses, raise your glass and lend an ear. A bunny tail of horns and feathers, a Highlands pride and cheer. From the Berets of Glen McBain came the shaggy Highland coo. Big Hamish show the Hallerms via tartan draped a skoo. He loaded deep proud thunder, he stamped the heather raw. My clan will keep the croft, he cried, I'll guard it wi' my maw. The coos were a majestic, we bells a jingling low. They grazed the hills at sunrise where the wild winds deemed to blow. Coo and cluck, the clans they met in the glen. Feathers flying, horns a trying, we'll sing the tale again. Ho, hey, raise your cup, sing it loud, sing it true. When the coo meets the cluck, what will the bairns do? From the coop of Clon McCluck strutted Henrietta Red, a doughty hen we fire in her heart and courage in her tread. Her cockerel, Sir Crowley, crow challenge at the dawn. We'll peck your fields of barley and take yon haystack on. They clucked and they drummed their claws upon the barnyard floor. Feathers like wee banners, they came to even score. Coo and cluck, the clans they met in the glen. Feathers flying, homes a trying, we'll sing the tale again. Ho, hey, raise your cup, sing it loud, sing it true. When the coo meets the cluck, what will the barons do? It started with a turnip by the sacred turnip of the field. Both clans claimed the glory, oh, the prize it did reveal. Hamish puffed his chest, and the hens pecked at his pride. The kettle boiled at the crooked keg, the clans assembled wide. Bagpipes here like thunder, and the coop drums beat a tune. The sheep hid in the dike as the sun flew past the moon. Hamish, stand back, you feathered rogues, this croft is ours by right. Henrietta, I will peck your pride away afore the fallen night. Clash, what a clans, clash, what a clan, hey, clash, what a clans, clash, what a clan, hey. But afore the horns could gore or the beaks could find their mark, old Maggie the landlady came out of the pub with a spark. She banged the bar with her oak spoon, she flung the whiskey wide. In a fight or turnips, barons, come share a dram inside. The coos blinked slow, the hens stood still, a silence fell like dew. Then laughter rose like peat smoke, and the fighting turned askew. Coo and cluck, they put their grudge aside. There's 40 horns got merry, they danced through the countryside. Oh, hey, raise your cup, sing it loud, sing it true. When the coo met the cluck, they found a Katie's crew. Hamish bowed his shaggy head, Henrietta fluffed her plume. They reeled a bonny circle till the stars lit up the gloom. The sheep I bleated chorus, the whiskey warmed the night. Two clans became a family neath the moon's soft silver light. Crew and cluck, now kinfolk glen the glen. Feathers flying, ones a trying, we'll toast it now again. Oh, hey, raise your cup, sing it loud, sing it true. We're the coos and clucks of Scotland and the friends we call our crew. So if you pass along the braes and hear a low and clucking tune, dinna be afeard to join the dance beneath the harvest moon. For clans may clash and turnips steal your sleep before the dawn. But a drum and a cheelith will make enemies be gone.
Wow, was that a song about making peace? I have no words, which is very rare. You know, we've been talking about those times where you just have to submit and just go with it. Frank, that's what I have to do with this video. Wow. I didn't see that one coming. I think that cow and that chicken are going to be famous one day. I really do. All right. Well, Helena and Sophia, thank you for hanging out tonight. I'm really enjoying it. Like I say, quality over quantity here. People don't know what they're missing. Or maybe they know exactly what they're missing. And that's why they're missing it. No. It's a cold, dead soul that doesn't like a panel dance. I'll tell you that. All right, well, continuing on. What else can we do? Let me look through my library. I don't have a lot of dancey stuff that I made. I do a lot of ambient and instrumental background stuff to set moods and tones. I want to start writing more songs. My creative process is not completely operating right now, which it needs to start because I got that competition happening. Yeah, I don't really see a lot of dance music in my collection. I'll have to create some more. We got Moose Radio. Let's run him for a little while. We can have it on in the background. Ooh, I like this. I like this music a lot. Is that too loud? I need a good balance between having it in the background and my voice, being able to hear me. That's probably fine. Because journaling is something you do for you. Like, the only person you have to be accountable to is yourself. And I'm not a big journaler, and people would always tell me to journal. But I'm not a writer. I've just had to accept that about myself. I'm a talker and a listener. And so when I started doing this YouTube, it served as a journal. Everything that I wasn't able to put in a paper journal, I'm able to use YouTube to and get my thoughts out and speak them out. Sometimes I'll do streams just to get my thoughts down on video, not even for an audience, because I use this also as a journal. A little loud, okay. Is that good? The background. I think if we have music in the background and people show up, it'll start setting the mood for a dance. Oh wow! Do you have stuff you've written, or a blog or a website? I wish I could write. I'm just not. It's something about when you add the pen or the pencil. My brain, it's an extra step my brain has to go through. If I could just talk it out, it's just my brain and the words. But when I add the writing or the keyboard, it's my brain, the tool, and then the expression. And that extra step jams me up. I need a medium where it could just flow out. But people that can write, that do have that ability, amaze me. They've always had my admiration. I took a writing workshop during COVID with Natalie, is it Goldberg? She lives in New Mexico, that Taos community. She has a big writing retreat there that people can go and write. And she did an online workshop during COVID, and she's the one that kind of popularized writing practice, where you're given a prompt and you have like 10 or 15 minutes to just rewrite whatever comes to your brain, and then you share it. So we did a lot of that, and I had these little writing groups that would meet several times a week during COVID, and we would write, just sit there for like an hour and do writing prompts. And I have notebooks, like probably 5 or 6 notebooks of all of this writing prompt. I'll just turn it off. It was for the dance anyway, and it was good. It was really good exercise. I got a lot out in these notebooks from just stream of consciousness. But that's as far as I've taken writing. That's the most I've gone with it. But in her method, she works you up to writing an actual book, but part of working up to the book is getting this daily writing practice down so that you can get those creative channels open and flowing. And then you can start doing writing practice around the topic of your book and generating some content that way. We can do writing prompts on here, by the way. Just whoever shows up, we could throw out a prompt. Everybody could write for 5 or 10 minutes. We could put some music on in the background and then read it. That'll be fun. Are you working on a book? Oh my God, this is all these artists and creative people we have here. I mean, I guess it's not surprising they would be misfits. In fact, in my description, I say this is a place for creative misfits. I just didn't realize they were this creative. I knew they were misfits. No, I'm just kidding. Oh wait, what am I doing? Well, I don't feel like I do at all. I feel like this is very much um, me operating in low gear. I don't feel like my full creativity has started to come out because I need that challenge or that stimulus to fully bring it out. But I'll tell you what is happening is whatever creativity started with the AI stuff and all the art and songs and music, I caught that bug. And the general burst of creativity that happened the last couple of months here on YouTube, it sparked something in me too. And that's what opened up. Whatever creativity you are seeing came from that burst that hit us like a month ago. And everybody started doing video and music and up like leveling up the channels and everything. I got caught swept up in that. But I don't feel like I've fully tapped into it yet. I'm learning the process. I'm a slow build kind of guy. Unless I have something in my brain just burning, dying to get out, I usually just like to take my time and just gradually lay down things and let it organically emerge. Plus, I'm a slacker. That's the slacker way. It looks lazy to a lot of people, but hey, we get shit done. You do see results. Hey, Nancy. Georgia. Oh, right. We're doing a panel dance later if people show up. You can come and dance with us if you want. Yeah, I just to post a link, or you could just pop it backstage. But I don't mind giving you a temporary wrench. Here. Alrighty, there you go. I had to give a few yesterday because I tried that vertical, or was that this morning? That was this morning. My God, it already feels like yesterday. I did that vertical split thing, and I got this whole wave of new trolls. So I had to wrench people up. Because that new feature, it's weird because everybody watching from their phone is in one chat room, and everybody watching on their computer is in their own separate chat room. And so it splits the audience into two different chats. And you need mods in each chat to keep up with the trolls. Mainly the vertical side of it. It brings a whole different side of YouTube. Oh, yay, we get poetry. Am I going to read it? I hope I do it justice. God. All right, well, in the meantime, let us... I don't know. You know what? Let's listen to some Suno music. There's a song I released the other day that I quite enjoy called Glitch in My Brain. And I don't think I've played it on here yet. So enjoy this. I'll be right back, and then we will hear Sophia's poem. I'm here. We can't. We can listen to the soul curdling version of James Brown, the AI. We can listen to AI James Brown. Rihanna. Oh my God. That's what like. I don't think there'll ever be an AI Rihanna. She's amazing. She's one of the great voices I think of not only our generation, because she's not even really my generation, but several generations, an entire era. She's right up there with the greats. She hasn't put out a new album in a while, too. I've been waiting on one. All right, let's see. Um, yeah, that's where I first heard her. I was watching some show and somebody was performing it or something. And I said, "This is a really nice song." And I went and I looked it up and I started listening to it. And her voice, my God, it's so the power that's in it. All right, let's. Oh, it's a. Do you want me to play it? I didn't know it was a video. Um, yeah, let me pull it up. Is it you reading the poem? This is even better. Wow. Duality. Okay, so just play it. I have permission to just play it. Okay. Well, we have poetry tonight too from Sophia. This is duality.
Duality. Every day, the page is written faster, the time continuum pressurized in a dual universe.
Oh my
The
God.
beauty of good, the darkness of need. Not knowing is like a tornado mixed with sheets of rain. A round coin is flat but edgy, having two sides. A copper penny, worth much in multiples, but lonely as one. Similar to the paradox of a child's carousel ride, holding both delight and fear, faces, horses, wearing both laughter and terror. The rider holds the reins and lives a wild adventure, and the carnival music grows eerie.
Oh my
So
God.
is life. The same person takes two walks, once in a store with pristine displays of rigid conformity, neatly folded clothing, soft and bright colors, fingertips touching smooth fabrics. Next, walking through a dense forest, feeling the wild things all around, living, thriving, free to be just as they are. Their instincts hold them without constraint. Birth, survival, death, in a world spiraling out of control. They remain blissfully unaware. Do we wait? Stop to ask? What is real? What is right? Finding the golden silver keys, living life from our own hearts, not based on dictates of society, but caution should matter, trying to bring no pain to others. Remember your own perceptions. Hold true to yourself. I wrote that when I was very young in the year of 2005. Little did I know that in 2023, I would want to share it on YouTube and find the relevance that's still there, the things that we all witness every day, human interactions, sometimes kind, sometimes brutal, both apparently necessary, both being used in whatever way the universe would allow them to be used for growth, for learning, for understanding. So this is my first little snippet of trying to share something on YouTube. And if you stayed with me this long, thank you for listening to this poem that I wrote years ago. And I hope to be making more content and have discussions within these online communities that so many of us are a part of. God bless you all.
Oh my God. Look, I'm not rocking. I was almost in tears. That was so powerful, and I'm having a moment because y'all, this is happening. This is we're not in the same world where we just fire up YouTube and kick back and watch a panel. There's something interactive happening here. There's art, culture, community being created. And the fact that when I was listening to that poem, I was aware of how unprecedented that experience is. People from random parts of the world are coming together and sharing art, making art, creativity. It excites me like nothing else. And this is what it felt like during COVID because I did something similar. I had a Zoom where a lot of creative people would get together and do these kind of projects. But this is like a public facing version of it, which is even more, it's like the next level of it. But every time it felt like a portal opening to a new, if you could just go through the art, through the creativity, you would be in a new world, a new state of mind, a new, that song I wrote about the best thing that ever happened was kind of written with that perception and that mindset of through art and creativity and the community that it creates that grows up around it, because it's not just your everyday person on the street that's showing up for this kind of poetry. It feels like you can use that as a transition into something like a new world, something better, something amazing. That's the feeling I had when I was listening to that poem. It's that same feeling I got during 2020 about the possibilities of creativity, art, and its ability. It's all tied together for me in one concept. The Greeks probably have a word for it, but it's the concept of creativity, art, people that feel the power in art and people that make the art. They all come together and form this community, but it also has benefits for mental health, and the community that forms around it becomes a healthy community. And it's this big feedback concept of art, creativity, community, and mental health all rolled into one. And that's what I see starting to happen here. And I haven't seen this since 2020 in the private personal Zooms that we were doing on a much smaller scale. So I felt the power. That is what I'm trying to say. Sophia, I hope you continue to share and even possibly consider coming on panel at some point to talk or share more or read poetry. Because that's what we did. We had every Friday night we would do open mic, and we had poets, we had people that would read their writings, we had musicians that would play some of the most amazing songs I've ever heard live on this Zoom, and then we could talk to them. They would hang out with us afterwards, just like we hang out on here. Um, Singing, some vocal talent that was just amazing. It was like they could be on a reality show. They were so good. And every Friday night we'd get together, and these people would tell their friends, new people would show up. It was like a little artist open mic, and the creativity that came from it was so healing, especially in that time, because everything was so uncertain. So that was like our little campfire that was getting us through these unknown times. Nobody knew what was going to happen. We had just this was like around May, June, July of 2020. And that's the group that the George Floyd thing happened in the middle of, and the Robert DiAngelo book about white fragility. All of that happened about the same time as this amazing creativity, and it split the community because all of a sudden they started thinking they were racist, and they started having anxiety about they were oppressing people, and then the George Floyd protests started to happen, and the I saw that happen with so many communities during 2020. Almost everyone I was in, it's like a wave of wokeness hit it, and the community had to decide whether they were going to go woke or stay traditional. And almost every community I was in split, where half of them went off with the woke, and the other half tried to pick up the pieces and continue as whatever they were before the woke hit. It was a wave. And that group was one of the groups that got hit. And that's what started my shift away from the left. That and all the chaos outside of the window in Seattle, the riots, the burning down of the Starbucks, the Chaz. I witnessed all that live. I said, this does not represent me anymore at all. And no, I don't think everybody's racist. That's ridiculous. I'm from Louisiana. I know real racism, and it's rare. It's not something most people walk around with. There was chaos, yes, and for me, I guess maybe it's kind of weird, and also because I work in self empowerment and I try to see the opportunities for empowerment and everything. But for me, it was a creative chaos. It was like a good chaos. It was like we're not bound by the old way of doing things anymore. We're leaving all of that, and so there's no if it's not working, there's no reason we have to go back to it. This is an opportunity to like reset. We could do anything from here. The human creativity is our limit, and that's the spirit I was in when we went into this. Like, wow, this is kind of, and I had just lost my job too. I got fired 3 days before COVID lockdown, and so I was going into a very unknown situation. My entire like world had gotten pulled out from under me, and then the everybody's world gets pulled out 3 days later. So I'm like, well, I don't even have to worry about my job because that's the least of the worries now. Everybody is in this together. This I could not have gotten fired at a better time. And so I went in it with this very like optimistic, excited, creative, what are we going to do as a species with this moment? And we did a lot of cool fun stuff during lockdown virtually, but when everything opened back up, people basically went back to their normal life, except just less of it. I think there are more people that stayed in lockdown mode than there was before we went into lockdown. So we lost a lot of the, including me. I stayed in a lockdown bubble for 5 years. When I took this job earlier this year, like in February, that was my first time re-entering the world from my lockdown bubble. I was in it for 5 years. And it was the best thing I could have done, was taking this job. Oh, I remember Awakenings. I'd have to go back and watch it. It it seems like it, at least it shows up on here quite a bit. But then when I like haven't described the way I approached it, I had the opposite of trauma. It was one of the best things to ever happen to my mental health was being locked down and having to transfer all of my work online and discovering the potential for all of this online community and connection was just, it was like a gift. I would never have discovered it on my own, I don't think. I was kind of thrown into it by the circumstances of the COVID lockdown. And it was like somebody said to me, quit working, stop your job, sit home, sit in front of this computer. Let me show you all the amazing stuff you didn't know about that you could take your work to the next level using. That's what lockdown felt like to me. I'm like, this is too, this is unbelievable. I can't believe, oh my God. Yes, this is the life I want to live. Yes, I want to leave this old life behind and do this instead. This is way more in line with what I'm trying to do. And so you know how AI is unlocking everyone's potential right now? In 2020, social media did that for me. Being able, like discovering Discord. I was on Twitter a lot. I started doing the YouTube stuff and going on podcasts. All of that unlocked potential in me to kind of talk about what I'm trying to do, talk about my vision, connect with people that were doing similar things. I didn't have any of that in Seattle, in the real world. So that was like creativity unlock phase one, and then the stuff that's happening recently is like phase two. And I'm ready for it. I know exactly what to do because I've already done phase one. And I'm getting the same feeling, the same signals. And so it's like, okay, this is the moment you were building up to 5 years ago. You just didn't realize it yet. But now that you recognize it, you know exactly what to do with it. And the music, the dancing, we did all that shit. We would meet like every day around noon, afternoon, like lunch. And we'd do like 20 minutes of dancing. We'd play YouTube videos. We'd put the request in the chat room and somebody would queue them up and we'd dance for a while. It was those little rituals that got you through the lockdown. They had the clapping ritual in the evening where everybody would go hang out their window and clap for the emergency workers. I loved that part of the day. Humans make meaning. They take their circumstances. They get through it. They're resilient and they make some kind of meaning out of it. We see that back home with the hurricanes and the disaster culture down there. The resiliency, the rebuilding, the community, and the meaning making that gets them through it all. Especially New Orleans, that's a very resilient city. They're used to having to survive and rebuild. And they do. Like, they could have the worst disaster in the world, as we saw. And they will get up and dust their clothes off and grab their instruments and get out in the street and start singing and dancing and rebuilding. It just comes natural. Like, that's life, but we ain't going anywhere. This is our home. And we're going to keep the party going. Yes, this. Yes, and I think that's what we're seeing here. I think we are seeing, as corny as it sounds, and I never thought I'd say this about YouTube, this side of it anyway. I think we're seeing a flowering of the human spirit. We're seeing healing, we're seeing art, we're seeing creativity. All of those are signs of, if that's not the coming of Christ, I think there's something good happening here. And I intend to do my part to keep it up. 'Cause that's what it takes. That's what community is. Everybody doing their part to make a community what it is. So, with that, why don't we do a little more boogieing? Let's see. I may have to create some songs. Or let's check it with Moose Radio. Oh, yeah. This is the vibe. We're going to moose it for a little while. The unspoken score. This'll work. Stop. Nancy, stop. Oh my god. I don't even want to think of the merch. Antlers. That's what it would be. Instead of mouse ears, it'd be little deer antlers. We could start a movement. Everybody could get little deer antler hats. Let's start wearing them. Alright. I like these teams. This is AI generated, I'm sure. Through Moose. Oh! That's a great idea. You're talking about, what's it called? Something good is gonna happen. Some cloud busting. Have you seen the video? What's his face is in it? Donald Sutherland. It has like a little calypso sound beat to it. It's cool. It's kind of AI 80s. 80s, but from a slightly other dimension. The 80s that never were, but always will be now. You know what one of my favorite video is? I can't show it, but y'all can look it up. Is communards never say goodbye. And the video is this group of creative misfits dancing in an 80s club. They have this little like choreographed routine they do in the dance floor. And that video captures the spirit of the 80s so well. Every time I watch it, it just takes me back to that 80s vibe, especially the alternative vibe that I was part of. It was fun. Listen to this. Moose. God, I hope some people show up to dance with me. What is the world when you have to beg people to dance? That's okay. It only takes one person to start a trend. It usually has to be the right person, but we'll find out. Can the wrong person start a trend? That's what this experience is. I think they can. Happen. And did I mention it's good exercise? All of you fat ball internet shut-ins, which we all know you are, we've been informed. This is perfect for you. You can even couch dance. It does sound like Daft Punk. Helena, here's a creative challenge for you. If you can type a description, here's the rule for AI is you can't use names of artists exist because it's copyright. So you can't say like make a song that sounds like Utah Saints Kate Bush cover. You have to find a way to describe it generically, but still get it to come up with that sound. So if you can think of a way to describe that Utah Saints song, I'm going to plug it into the Suno and see what it comes up with. I'm here all night, folks. Maybe. I could do this all night. That panel dance, that last panel dance we did, I think it was maybe 5 or 6 hours. It's on my page somewhere. Maybe some punk. Do some punk dancing too. I love this little groove. This is dancing is another tool, y'all. A healing tool for health, personal growth, especially if you do it with other people. Then you add the community element. That's the prompt? Okay, let me I love this collaboration with artists. This is great. I'm having the time of my life. I don't even care that they're terrific people. I'm having the most fun. Alright, let's see. There's no telling what it's gonna come up with this prompt, but why can't I grab it? All right. What's playing? I'm hearing that chicken rooster song, the Scottish chicken. Something else is playing. All right. Sorry, I'll be with y'all in just a second. Let me get to my page. All right, this is the next song is courtesy of Helena. Let's see what it comes up with. Instrumental. Let's go with that. Higher. Not only does it bring you high, it brings you even higher than that. All right, let's see what we get. Music to save. Oh Lord, music to save our sanity too. I'll settle for just even that. This good. I'm sure it's gonna put little noises. Yep, there they go. It sounds very 90s, very like early techno. Almost housey. It's a little like an empty city. I feel like I'm the only one in the club. And there's no one else in the city. I'm by myself in a club, alone in a city. Sterile. Voodoo noir. Alright, let's do that. How can we describe it? Like Dr. John. How about saying that? How about voodoo and corrections? How we interpret that? Chicken noises. How about that? Can't have voodoo. Let's get some lyrics. Oh, I checked it. I don't think we're gonna get lyrics. Well, that was cool. Worked that one note. It's not dancey, but it is spooky. I'm waiting for the chicken noises. Yo, this has so much potential for like role playing games, setting the atmosphere for the game. I could see a voodoo ceremony, like the preparations for it at least. All right, let's hear the other one. Wow, look at the thumbnail it picked. Where is it? I guess I didn't put enough rhythm on it. Too much on the spooky, too little on the rhythm. All right. These are all experiments, people. Sophia, it's great to see you. My God, your poetry made the night. And I hope it inspired other people to do similar. Either make videos of them reading poetry or come up and read poetry. I may even start reading poetry on here. Like, not my own, but just old poetry that's not copyrighted. We can start the morning with some jazzercise and poetry. How about that? For inspiration. That you should play. It's free. You should play around with. I think you get 2 free songs a day or 10 free songs. It goes by credits, and it takes a certain amount of credits to make a song. And Frank does all of his work on the free version. All of the cow and chicken music is all from the free version. And so play around with it and see what you come up with. And then there's video software where if you're ambitious and motivated or talented, you can set video to it. And as people are showing, there's no limit to the creativity so far. And then it has the added benefit of creating a culture. Like if enough people do it, it becomes a culture that can center a community. And I would much rather have a culture of people creating art than a culture of a bunch of fighting and dysfunction. So this is Panelverse 2.0. Creativity awakens. The human spirit emerges. I'm really not ready to end, but also, how long do I want to sit here in this vacuum by myself when I could be doing other things? Let's see who's out tonight. Perhaps we could go visit. We could go roadaying, like we say back home, running the roads. Hank is live, but it's about some drama. It's a video about somebody saying something to him on the internet, and you don't want to talk to me, so here's my video talking back to you about what you were saying to me on the internet. That's what his video is. Flo is doing what I did earlier. I knew he would. I knew of all people, Flo would get in on it. The vertical and the regular at the same time. So he has double streams going. Let's see who's over at Flo's. I was on earlier, but it was some he does these like questions, like who would you most want to punch in the face? That kind of stuff. It's the usual characters. It's just, I'd say right now at Flo's it's just your typical panel in the Panelverse. Sounds like they're talking about British history, actually. Oh, wow. Do we have another budding AI artist among us? We may. There's a regular here. Haven't seen him in a while. Oh, I think it's just videos from found. You know how they take movie clips and stitch them into videos? I think it's that. So yeah, nobody in the panelverse that I could see. That's streaming. Yeah, and I've that's fine. Like Jerry Springer and there was a whole line of talk shows. In fact, I watched some talk shows shift. Maury Povich, I don't or Jerry Springer either. They used to not be as drama as they were. They were following a trend, and they got really good at it. Donahue even towards the end kind of had to accommodate himself to some of that sensationalism too. Because Donahue was more what I look for. He did like really intellectual deep dives into topics, and he'd have guests on and have conversations where he'd really drill down into something. Yo, the party continues. Really? Yeah. Why let a chat come
Ta-da.
between us when we could do it face to face? What's up?
No, do people really complain to you when there's no drama on your channel?
They don't necessarily like complain to me personally, but they some of them will grumble about it being boring or slow, and they'll go off to other channels. But the way I can tell is they go off to other channels. They don't come here anymore, and they go where all the drama is. They look for There's a certain energy I think that people are looking for, and my show is a different kind of energy. So those that come for that drama heat, that drama charge, tend to wander off to other channels, and that's how I
Huh.
can
So
tell that they
they're
want the
looking for
drama, but they're not
catharsis?
getting it here.
They're looking for catharsis? Is that it?
Yeah, we haven't heard from him. He's missing in action. He's one of our
No, 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 no.
collaborators.
I meant as a noun, not the guy.
Oh, um, yeah, maybe, probably. There's some Dionysian element to it, for sure. There's
Oh.
this kind of
Mm.
collective bonding. There's definitely a scapegoat ritual. I mean, somebody's always
Yeah.
the target of it. A moving
Yeah, you
target,
can
of
look
course.
you can look some of it up. I've looked a little bit of it up. I'm not that interested in it though. Um, I don't know. Yeah, I don't think I like it, Jeff.
I don't get much out of it. For me, it's just it's not very sophisticated. Once you see the patterns, you're just watching the same thing over and over.
Well, I could be a smartass in chat, but I mean, I don't know. I mean, I suppose so. I'm guilty of that, but wait, I don't know. I've been
But
bad,
you're
but
not at the like rolling around in the mud level of drama.
I don't think
Like
so. I hope
accusing
not.
people of all kind of awful crimes, sending cops to people's house, getting
That's
drunk on
pretty bad.
panel
That's
and
pretty
cursing out all
extreme.
your friends and burning all your bridges and then going on an apology tour the next week.
An apology tour.
Yeah, they're always the little fights are always switching off. Like one week these two people are at war and hate each other and never going to talk again. The next week their best friends fight with somebody else, and so much of it seems, if not manufactured and artificial, at least way over exaggerated for content purposes.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. Well, if that's where they all are, I'm sure other people. It's Monday. It's only Monday,
Yeah,
Jeff.
I had a ball. Oh my god, I this is one of my favorite streams. I entertained myself and I got to hang out with cool people. I really liked her poem.
Yeah. Yeah, it was like a little online salon. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I want here.
Yeah, that's
Maybe
what you
that's what
want.
we'll start doing. I'll start converting one of these segments into the more of a salon because that's what's happening anyway. Hey, Angeline, we did a panel dance, or I was trying to get a panel dance going. I was using the AI to create music to dance to, and then Moose has his Moose radio going, so he has music on there. So the panel dances are coming back. Angeline was part of our first panel dance.
And you have a party going on in the next room. Or you did. Or what was
Um,
that noise?
oh, that's the game drunk game night. Monday is my
Oh,
roommate's
okay.
gaming night with his friends. They play Dungeons and Dragons and they get really drunk and it sounds like a frat house.
Well, you had fun and you don't need to go on a apology tour anytime
I
soon.
really don't because I mostly handle my stuff when it happens. Like I try not to get in the drama in the first place, and if I do, I try to resolve it as soon as I can. I don't have
Mm-hmm.
like drama that link. I, Actually, I have it with a few people, and the main person I had it with, as part of this Panoverse peace and collaboration contest thing, I we decided to just move on. So I
Yeah.
don't even think I have lingering drama anymore with people.
Yeah,
The
let's see
only
what they come
drama
up
I
with,
have right now is the drama I choose to hang on to. And I
which
can let
is,
any of it go if I want, and I can hang on to whatever of it I want. And I'm finding it's better to just, if you have the ability to let it go, what is your reason for hanging on? And if there's not a good one, it's that bending thing. It's that just go with the flow. It makes you rigid to hang on to that old drama. And
yeah,
rigidity is in the panelverse in YouTube. I think it's that rigidity that's going to hold you back more than anything else. You have to have an ability to flow.
okay.
That's what I'm learning.
Just like water.
You
You're a
did
water
Zook?
sign.
Okay. So Angeline, here's what I want to know. Because there's going to be more of these panel dances. And we're doing jazzercise every morning now. Will you come up and Zook dance, like help us, like maybe teach us or show us or something? But if you want to share the Zook with this community, I think that would be an amazing gift. Because
What's
now
the
we have,
zoo?
look, poetry, video, music, dancing. Zephyr does art, like actual, what is it, visual arts. We have the Salon. You're right. This is like a Andy Warhol
Yeah.
factory.
Well, you don't want to get shot by Valerie Solana. So,
No, I
all
don't.
right.
And we get some of those around here too.
He
There's
did
a lot
toy
of
with
them.
people sometimes,
Very,
you
yeah,
know.
angry, angry women.
Ooh, yes. Hey, let me ask you something. Um, are you good at telling people's ages online, even when you don't
I'm
see
horrible
them?
about it in person.
Yeah,
I
me
insult
too.
people all the time because I think they look older than they are, and I'm like, oh my God, you're only 40. I, they're like, how old do you think I am? And then I have to like find a way out of it.
Well, not
I'm
only that,
horrible at telling people's ages.
you might not think 40 is old,
Well, it's
and
not
but
to
they
me.
don't know that.
It's
Yeah, and they don't know that though. So, um, okay. I don't know. Do you think we're
whose
very
age are
much
you
different?
wondering about?
Oh, I just something I noticed in general. And then
Oh,
like maybe I'll hear somebody's voice for the first time and I'm like, wow, they sound really, really young. And but I don't know, it's a voice. So,
I think I'm
um,
learning that the people tend to be older than I thought. It's very rare someone's younger than I thought they were here on YouTube. It's usually that it draws a crowd that's older than they seem sometimes.
yeah. Yeah. And do you think we're very much different, Gen X, than all the other generations?
I think we are. I think
You
there was
think
some
so?
kind of shift in the generation after us. It's that those were the digital natives, the millennials, and they grew up in a completely different world than we did. They grew up more indoors, in front of screens, with more structure and rules. And we were
Yeah.
the free range kids. We were like the last
Yeah.
generation to grow up outdoors, unsupervised.
Well, I did both. I really liked TV, but I had to go outside. So, but I don't know. What I want to know is how are Gen Xers raising their kids because they can't raise them the way we were raised. They can't
I
really.
think that's what happened is they didn't want their kids to grow up. We were a very risk. We when you look back on it, we were not the safest generation. And so I think there was
No.
like this backlash of safetyism where, oh my God, I'm not going to let my kids run wild like we did. I'm going to give them a different life.
And they'll get in trouble. They'll get in trouble. But the parents that is. But yeah, I don't know.
And
I
some
just
of it is
remember
just structure. Like with my nieces and nephews, it's not so much. It's more their days are structured because they have after school activities, they have sports, they have all these extracurricular things they're involved in. So it's just there's not a lot of time to have spontaneous like free play or to just go outside randomly play because everything is so structured and organized because the modern world there's just so much to get done. And we were left on
but
our
I
own to do whatever. Nobody structured our day for us at all.
no nobody no, I just remember riding this thing at the playground and it had a big coil and it looked like a little pony
Oh, like on a
and
spring?
yeah,
Yeah.
and and it was surrounded by blacktop, like pavement, not grass.
Oh.
And and if I had fallen off of that, I would have gotten really fucked up. But there were the sliding boards. I remember the nails sticking out, how hot they got in the summer day. You know, I don't know. I followed my brother into the woods with my cousin. They got attacked by bees,
Oh.
uh, and
Yeah.
they left me
Check.
alone. I don't know why. Yeah, then I had to run after them. But yeah, I don't know. It's just I don't know. I was just thinking about that.
Yeah, we're
Millennials,
getting
they're
the
nuts.
real world version of those memories, and I think the new generations are getting like they're playing a video game where they're running around in the woods getting attacked by bees, and we have the real world memory of things to go off of.
Well, they're starting to. I'm meeting some people. They're young, and but they want to start collecting things again. And I think Silicon Valley took that away from a lot of us.
Oh, like you like hard media?
Yeah, they want vinyl. I,
Yeah,
I meet a
vinyl
lot of younger
still.
people. They want vinyl.
All the record stores are closing. The CD stores, the used records, but the
Oh,
vinyl
they're
shops are
gone
still
pretty
going.
much.
Like that's the one
Yeah,
thing people are still there's still a market for.
yeah. So that is something I've seen them like. But any anywho, I better slide off here.
Well, it was good catching up, lady, and it was certainly fun dancing and
Okay.
making music together. You'd
And
make
just
play
remember,
around
this
with
is,
that Suno thing. You'd make a good DJ.
well,
You
I
have a
was a
sense
DJ
of
for a little bit.
music.
Um, yeah, I love doing it in college, being a DJ. But you know what? Oh, what was I gonna say? I don't know. Never mind.
Oh, it'll probably loop back.
Never mind. I can't remember. I can't remember. Okay. All right. Just remember, this is a salon. Okay.
Yes, this is becoming one, and I love it. I want it to be more one. I might even rebrand these evening streams as the salon, because that way we can do anything. It's a catch-all category.
Right. Exactly. Okay. So I'm gonna go back to the chat. Okay.
Okay. Well,
Have a
thanks,
good night.
Helene. Good seeing you.
Uh-huh. You too.
Take care. All right. Well, we're coming up on about 2 hours. Maybe I'll go a little bit longer and wind it down. It's getting late here. But that's good. The panel dance is achievable and the energy is out there for it. Just for me alone. I'm going to be jazzercising tomorrow morning. So the morning inspiration now is going to That's why I created these little segments to be elastic so we could build on them. And they could like meet the needs of the community as they emerge. So this is working perfectly. So the morning things now, we're going to incorporate some poetry and some jazzercise. We'll do like an AI song, dance to it, maybe a couple of those in the morning. I have plenty of poetry books. I could pull a poem or two a day and read. Thank you guys. This is all coming from you. I love the salon idea. I'm trying to create the container and hold the space and kind of like meld it all together. I guess I'm the ringmaster of this thing. I'm just trying to keep the everything juggled. But you guys are the ones bringing the culture, the community, the creativity, the art, and the healing. So thank you. It's a beautiful thing. It really is. My mission is to see what's possible with YouTube, see what people can do with this thing when they come together and put their minds and their hearts and decide to let's use this for something. And it's happening. It's happening. It's not even happening just on my channel. It's happening on other channels. I feel a deep, I don't know, something. I don't know how this works, but there's something in the air. There's something happening. Maybe it's just a technological shift with AI. Maybe it's astrology. And I feel a response to it in here. I don't know what it is. There's a call. And there's a response to that call in me. I'm just not sure what the call is. I know what it's calling me to do. I'm just not sure what the source, what the call is or where it's coming from. And so that's what all of this is. There's something in the cosmos, in the ether, and I'm responding. And I think other people are responding. And maybe it's just us, people, coming together and healing and creating, but it's creating something that's energizing this community. So thank you. All right, why don't we end on one of our songs? Let's see. I'll just use one of the ones I got loaded up. It'll be easier. You know what? We're going to have to do this classic. This is my 70s porn music that I made for us. Cherry Soda Pop. Thank you for being here. Angeline, you too. I'm going to start panel dancing more in the evenings. It's now our salon, so anything goes. We do creative shit here. And in the morning, we're going to start jazzercising. So feel free to stop by for any of that. Take care, everybody. Love you all. We'll do it again soon. This music is perfect with that background.